need to say the keywords, we're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They have to say, we're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And they just can't quite get there.
But Iran's repeatedly said it doesn't want a nuclear weapon. Also at issue, nuclear enrichment, which Iran claims they want for civilian purposes. Later today, President Trump ruling it out.
I say no enrichment. Not 20%, 30%. They always want 20%, 30%. They want it for civilian, for civil. I think it's uncivil. So I'm not happy with that.
The president saying no final decision's been made on military action, but all the pieces are in place for a strike. New satellite images show the massive military build-up in the region. Nearly a dozen F-22 fighter jets at a base in southern Israel. Rows of refueling and reconnaissance aircraft in Saudi Arabia, and 2 aircraft carrier strike groups now moving into position. It comes after a 12-day war between Israel and Iran last June, the US joining, bombing Iran's nuclear sites. President Trump repeatedly saying those facilities were obliterated. Critics questioning if that's the case, why Trump, who vowed not to drag America into foreign wars, may soon strike Iran again. David, the president's admitting he has a very big decision to make, saying he'd rather do it the peaceful way, but that any deal must be meaningful. David,
Ian Pennell back with us tonight. Ian, thank you. Also involving the Pentagon tonight, a remarkable showdown between the Pentagon and artificial intelligence giant Anthropic. The company refusing to give the Pentagon unrestricted access to its AI technology. The company says it's concerned about the potential of fully autonomous weapons without human involvement. Late today, President Trump now banning Anthropic from all federal agencies. Here's Martha Raddatz.
Tonight, an extraordinary showdown between the Pentagon and tech giant Anthropic over their artificial intelligence currently used by the Pentagon. At issue, Anthropic wants to prevent the Pentagon from having unfettered access to their most advanced AI. The company concerned about the possibility of fully autonomous weapons, where AI makes the final decisions on when to fire and when to kill without humans in control. The company also saying it does not want its technology to be used for mass surveillance of American citizens. Tonight, with the showdown at an impasse, President Trump now ordering all federal agencies to immediately stop using Anthropic's technology, saying the U.S. will never allow a radical left woke company to dictate how our great military fights and wins wars. The decision belongs to your commander-in-chief and the tremendous leaders I appoint to run our military. And moments ago, Secretary Pete Hegseth moving to designate Anthropic a supply chain risk, essentially blacklisting the American company from government work. Hegseth saying America's warfighters will never be held hostage by the ideological whims of big tech. This decision is vital. Anthropic is the first AI company to use classified networks and is considered the most sophisticated, which will make it hard to replace. And the CEO of OpenAI, Anthropic's competitor, said earlier that his company and some others share the same red lines as Anthropic.
David sharing the same concerns. All right, Martha Raddatz will continue to follow this. Martha, thank you. We turn now to the Nancy Guthrie disappearance and to the video from doorbell cameras. The vehicles in those early morning hours. One car seen on a ring cam within minutes of Guthrie's disappearance. Authorities tonight say it's this kind of video they still need, with Savannah Guthrie posting tonight about the family's $1 million reward and the ability to stay anonymous. Here's Trevor Old.
Nearly 1 month after Nancy Guthrie was abducted from her home, tonight Savannah Guthrie is renewing her plea for the critical tip that could lead to her mother, posting, "Please be the one that brings her home."
We need to know where she is. We need her to come home.
Savannah telling any potential tipster they can stay anonymous and still get her family's $1 million reward.
You can be anonymous if you want. Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. We are begging you to please come forward now.
Investigators are still hoping someone can identify the masked man with a gun at Nancy Guthrie's doorstep the night she was taken. If your tip qualifies for the reward, you can be paid in cash. When you make a tip, they provide a PIN number you present when picking up the money at a neutral location. Sheriff's Department is looking into video of this one from Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. A ring video obtained by Fox News showing a car 2.5 miles from the home at 2:36 a.m. around the time Nancy was taken. Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from her phone 8 minutes earlier at 2:28 a.m. That car is one of 12 captured on that camera between midnight and 6 a.m. Police have not said it has any connection to the abduction, but it's the kind of video investigators are asking residents to send them as they work through thousands of hours of footage. And David, the Sheriff's Office stresses this is an ongoing investigation. They just said it will continue to take control in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. David, Trevor on this case again tonight. Trevor, thank you. We turn now to the father whose son is accused of killing 2 teachers and 2 students in Georgia. The father taking the stand in his own defense today, accused of buying his son the gun, even when there were warnings. What the father said about that, tearful on the stand. Here's Steve Wilson's.
The father of the teenager accused of killing 2 students and 2 teachers at the suburban Atlanta high school is tearfully defending himself on the witness stand, saying he didn't see warning signs that his son could kill.
You know, he's a good kid. I don't know if anybody can ever see that kind of evil.
But prosecutors say that Colin Gray ignored too much, charging him with second-degree murder, saying that he bought his son this AR-15 style rifle used in the killings at Appalachia High School as a Christmas present, about 7 months after getting a visit from the sheriff's office, saying that the FBI had flagged his son for allegedly threatening online to shoot up a different school. The father admitted to jurors that he kept guns in the home unlocked